There are some situations that we are just thrown into in life. Sometimes the people we thought were our friends turn into complete strangers overnight. And sometimes our friends push us into situations we don't want to be in. This is the story of my ex-best friend. A few short years ago, I had this one really good friend for at least 2 years. To protect their identity, I will call her Peach, like Princess Peach. So me and Peach were really good friends. We did everything together and even learned together. I would go over to her house often for a couple of hours, sometimes on the weekend, and as we grew up, we learned new things. So one day, we were just talking and hanging out in her room, and then she decided to show me this e-cigarette that she had. Now pause. I didn't think about it at the time, but how did she have this? We are not even close to the age of being able to get those legally. I assumed she probably stole it from one of her brothers, since they weren't always the best, I guess. That probably makes zero sense, but they were troublemakers. I asked why she had it, and asked, "Aren't those bad for you?" She replied with, "It's just water vapor, it won't hurt you, try it." I took it from her hand, but hesitated. She took my hesitation as a way of me saying that I don't know how to use it. She says, "You put your mouth here, and then you breathe in. It's blueberry flavored." I felt sort of pressured into it, but she did it and assured me that it was okay. I put my mouth around the end she pointed at and breathed in. I immediately started coughing. It burned my throat and I felt like I swallowed a spoonful of dust. She took the e-cigarette from me and asked if I was okay. "Peach, that hurt." She said, "Yeah, it'll hurt the first time, but it'll stop soon. You want to try again?" Since I was too busy coughing, all I did was shake my head no, and then asked if I could have some water, so we went downstairs. That was the last of it, or so I thought. On Halloween night, I went to her house after school so we could trick-or-treat in her neighborhood. But before we left the house, we went to this sort of patio room she had, and lined on the windowsill were different types of vapes and vape pens and e-cigarettes. I guarantee none of these were actually hers. She picked up one of them while I stood in the doorway. She looked at me and asked, "You want some?" I shook my head. She shrugged her shoulders and then took 2 or 3 long puffs? Is that what they're called? I don't know. She used it a few more times before we left. As we grew up, we drifted apart, and by the next school year, we didn't talk to each other anymore. I'm glad we stopped being friends. I guarantee that she still uses vapes and e-cigarettes that aren't hers. But she also tried to forcefully date my psychotic ex. If you want to hear about my psychotic ex, then like the video. I'll probably do it anyway because it's a lot. Subscribe if you want. It's just one click of a button, and you can change your mind at any time, but it helps me a lot. Anyway, have a good night, and I hope all your dreams come true.